want to talk about this Michael Knowles clip that I saw on YouTube. Of course, he's with the Daily Wire. He's a very religious, I think he's like Christian-based leaning type of guy. And so a lot of his opinions in respect to like marriage and relationships steers from a Christian perspective. So I'm going to put that out up front because there's definitely a level of bias in the view about this clip I'm about to show you. So let me put the clip up here on the stage. Pause real quick. So this is just to give you guys some context. So he's about to review a clip from this show called Call Her Daddy. And the host on that, I think her name is Alex Cooper. She's going to be reading a message from a woman whose boyfriend is upset at her because he found out that she used to have a very promiscuous past, and now he won't stop pestering her about it, right? So I'm going to play the clip, and I'm going to react to her reaction first, and then his reaction, because I think both of their reactions in different ways completely missed the mark, and it's worth exploring. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Of numbers, speaking of big numbers, the Call Her Daddy podcast gal is weighing in on girls' body counts, weighing in on promiscuity and how that affects relationships and marriages.
My boyfriend has a very big issue with my past. He found my list of people I have been with. And
Pause. I'm sorry. Apparently this is a thing. Women are apparently like somewhere keeping a written list or a digital list of all the guys that they banged. I would fault the woman in this scenario just for that alone. Like, even if you had a promiscuous past, I'm not currently going to judge her on that, but like to write it down and to put it somewhere where it could be found, like, I don't understand. That is the level of ego that I just don't get. Like, I would never think of like, let me write down all my past conquests and blah, blah. Like, what is the point of that? You know? But anyway, this isn't the point of that. Okay, let's continue on.
He was pissed. He actually broke up with me initially, but after a while, we got back together. The issue now is I feel like he is constantly making judgmental comments about me being easy or having a high body count. He always says he's just kidding, but how can I get him to stop caring that I was with guys before him?
Okay, so I will say that her having a promiscuous past clearly is not really that great. And it's making this guy feel some kind of way, right? And so, like she said, they initially broke up about it. And if he chooses to have that be his reaction, hey, he's totally in his right to do what he wants to do with whatever his standards and stuff are, right? Here's the thing, though. At the point that he takes her back and says, hey, you know what? I know about your past or whatever, but I'm going to have to let that slide because I care about you and I want to be with you. At that point, he's basically accepting what her past was. So now we're at a point where now him bringing it up consistently is a bad idea and bad judgment because it's not fair to her at this point. Like, if he's going to make a judgment call about her having a loose past and dump her for it, hey, he can totally do that. But him being accepting of that and saying, I'm going to take you back, and then constantly throwing it in her face with light jabs here and there, that's when it becomes unfair to her. And I don't think men should do that. I think if he has because that's him being sarcastic, is him saying, I still have a problem with it. I can't actually let this go. And I think that that's not fair to her. And he shouldn't be doing it at that point. So that's something that I would judge him on harshly and say, dude, it's not cool. You already found out she had a promiscuous past and you guys talked about it. Why are we still going to bring it up in her face? Like, she can't go back and unscrew those dudes. So either you got a problem with it and you don't want to see her anymore, or you're going to stop pestering her about this thing that happened that she can't fix or undo anymore. So here's her response.
I feel like every single girl has a list of the guys she's ever been with. Like, how fun. I remember the men that have been inside of me, and I have a husband, and that's okay.
So here's the thing, right? Because again, I'm not here to judge people on their past, but what I don't like this thing that women do sometimes where they're not aware that the things that they say or do, it doesn't just reflect on them in public, it also reflects on their husbands. And so this woman had a promiscuous past, totally fine. It is what it is, right? Her coming to public and being in public and being like, yeah, I'm married now. I got a husband and I had a bunch of other dudes inside me. What is the point of doing that? Like, how is that making you look good? More importantly, how is that making your husband look good or feel good? Like, do you think your husband wants to constantly hear about all the previous men you banged before? Like, it's fine if he has the knowledge of that, because most dudes are like, I was a virgin until I was 23. I knew anybody that I hooked up with was going to already have a bigger body count than me. And I just went in knowing I'm not going to hold that against nobody. So her being like, yeah, I'm going to talk about all the dudes that I banged. The dude doesn't want to have a conscience of hearing that. Like, he can know that without having to have it pushed in his face all the time. So that's why I have a problem with her. The other problem I also have is her saying this thing of like, well, all girls do that. That's a thing that women say when they want to absolve themselves of the bad feelings they had for making poor judgment decisions early on. Like, just by her saying that, I can tell she feels kind of bad about what she did. But if she puts it in the context of, but everybody does that, it's totally normal, then she can feel like, and I'm okay with having done it, because if other women are doing it too, then and it's this whole thing like, I'm going to follow the crowd. But again, why does she feel the need to put that out in a public forum? Like, I have more issue with that than the previous girl having had a lot of bodies, and then she wasn't telling her boyfriend about it. He found out about it. And at this point, she's trying to say, I'm sorry, I didn't, or she's trying to say like, can we get past this? Like, it is what it is. Like, you can't change anything about it. But she wasn't like broadcasting that crap. This chick's blatantly broadcasting it.
Sounds like a really insecure or possessive man. We've all lived.
I hate women do that. When women are like, if a man is mad at a thing that I do, it means he's insecure. No, sometimes we're mad at because you made a dumb decision or decided to blast your sex life on the air, and we feel some kind of way about it. And that's totally fine. Much in the same way that women feel some kind of way sometimes about us doing the same thing.
All had a good time. And if anything, everyone we've been with prior to has helped us become the person we are today. I think.
Also, I really, 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 really hate that. I hate this thing of like, well, if I hadn't done a bunch of people, then I wouldn't have known how to do what he likes in bed, or I would have been the person that he would have fallen in love with. Bull crap. Like, that is complete bull crap. And again, this is a way that women try to absolve themselves of feeling bad or responsibility. They use this excuse of like, well, I had to have those 30 or 40 other D's in me because that allowed your D to be as pleased as those other ones. And they think that guys want to hear that. Also, spoiler, a woman doesn't have to bang a whole lot of dudes to be good at sex. They just have to be able to be open to doing the things you want to do. So this is all blatant, outright lies that she's saying right now.
Your answer next time he says that, if you were just being catty, is like, what's your point? I was so easy. What's your point? Do you not want to be with me anymore? He's like, well, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm really shocked, like, how easy you were. What's your point? What's your point? Are you trying to put me down right now? Or do you want me to get upset? Do you want me to defend myself? Like, you let me know what's your point? What do you want me to do? You want me to leave? You want me to call them? Do you want me to detail everyone for you? Do you want me to pretend you're the first person I've ever had sex with? Like, what do you want? What will make you feel better? You little boy.
Now, I will say, of all the things that she said in her segment, that part I actually agree with. Like, the boyfriend taking her back and then constantly being sarcastic to her and bringing up her promiscuous past. She's in her full right to be like, what is the point of that? And you have to ask yourself, what is the point of this guy constantly bringing it up? He has no point. What his point is that he feels bad and he can't go back and have her unscrew those dudes. And so now he's going to always have a chip on his shoulder and always bring it up to her and always put it in her face. And like I said, that's not fair to her, because in a relationship, ideally, you're loving, and more importantly, you're forgiving. If he took her back, that was a signal that, hey, I forgive you, or whatever way I feel about this thing, you can't undo it. And so I'm hurt by it, but I realize if I want to be with you, that I have to let that go because we can't undo that. And so forgive me for holding on to it, and I forgive you, even though you may not think you need forgiving, but I forgive you for that, and whatever. And just growing up in my household, like, if I were to ask my mom about the various times that she was mad at me or punished me, she would tell you she cannot remember, because she grew up learning that once you forgive somebody, you forget about it, you leave it alone, you don't bring it up anymore. And so this guy is not being loving by continuing to bring up a sore spot in her history. It'd be like, if like, you was a guy, like, got some kind of STD, and the girl you're dating, like, learns about it and knows it, and it's like, hey, you got that before me, and so it's totally fine. But then she's constantly bringing up your STD all the time. Like, would you want that to happen? You probably would not. And so that's just something that's the part of the conversation that I wholeheartedly agree with her about. The other stuff, I'm wishy-washy. I feel some kind of way about, but like the part of like, why, if you're going to stay with her, then you're agreeing that you recognize this is a part of her past and you're going to leave it alone. Why would you constantly bring it up, even jokingly? Hey there, thanks for tuning in to Harry Dating Convos. Don't forget to visit HarryWilmington.com to download my free ebook, Texting Women Like a Boss. And while you're there, if you're ready to take things to the next level with your dating life, check out the Get Girls Academy membership program for exclusive strategies and live coaching. Go to HarryWilmington.com to learn more and join today. Lastly, if you've got a question you'd like answered on one of these shows, leave a comment below or write me at HarryWilmington@gmail.com. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.